cycling, it's one of those things that can take you anywhere. You can pick up a bike and ride anywhere, and you can do it when you're travelling, when you're at home, and you can meet new people that way. So yeah, I think there's a lot of benefits for people to get out of it, and we'd encourage all girls and women to get into it. It's a great way to make new friends as well, and to take on a new challenge. It really sets you up for a lot of things in life, I think.
I like the freedom and enjoyment you get with mountain biking, because you can go out to almost anywhere, ride your bike, bomb down a hill, learning new tricks or jumps. It's just the adrenaline and excitement is so much fun.
I love mountain biking because of all of the adrenaline you get when you do a really good run and just getting out with your friends.
I think that a lot of females get intimidated by the fact that it is a male-dominated sport, and unfortunately that is one of the barriers to a lot of females entering the sport, or if they do enter the sport, for them continuing or thinking about entering races or events. It's just that fear of people coming down on top of them, thinking that they're not good enough, they're not fast enough, they don't have the skills, and unfortunately just, males are always going to be that bit braver, or at least appear like they are. So yeah, I think that can be quite intimidating for females.
Working at a bike shop, I definitely find that some customers see female workers and walk straight past them and go straight to the male employees. They don't trust that the females know what they're talking about, or don't think that they are qualified enough. So I think it's definitely difficult, but having male employees realise this and try and move the customers back to the females and tell them that they do know what they're talking about can definitely help customers realise that females do have a spot in mountain biking and in bike shops, but it's definitely one that needs working on.
I have experienced some customers who come in and brush past the girls to try and talk to the guys, and I completely disagree with it, because a lot of the girls are more qualified and they'll be more knowledgeable in the topic that the customer is interested in.
In a lot of the disciplines, like downhill for example, they'll have 60 male riders in the field, but they'll limit it to only half that for women.
So I recognise that there is these barriers for women into riding mountain bikes, and so I started by running rides first for women on mountain bikes down on the Mornington Peninsula, just to encourage women to get out, to meet other women, to ride with, to ride somewhere different. And I noticed that there's not a lot of females present in the racing and also at events. And I decided that to encourage females to get into these racing and events, that I needed to break down some of these barriers that they were feeling. So I did a bit of research to find out what those barriers were, and then I actually ended up designing an event to try and break down some of those barriers. So I created, 2 years ago, I created In Search of Stoke, which is a female gravity enduro. So the idea is that it's untimed climbing and timed descents, but it's all about having fun and having a go.
So earlier this year I got to be part of the In Search of Stoke race. So it's an all-women's enduro held at Red Hill. It was an awesome event to be a part of. There were so many women supporting each other. We had kids as young as, I think it was 12, racing. So that was really awesome to see everyone racing. It was super inclusive. It was great support on and off the track.
I've been riding bikes most of my life. It just kind of felt cool. My dad was doing it, so I kind of want to get closer to him by doing the same sport.
It can be pretty scary when there's lots of guys, but I feel like you just have to sort of not let them bother you so much, but it definitely can be quite scary.
If I could give any advice to girls who want to get into riding mountain bikes, try and join a club, find other women, females, similar age, who ride, and it's a tough call to be actively involved, but the benefits are fantastic.
Honestly, I'd say don't hold back. You only live once, and if you can try something new and you've got the opportunity to, obviously take it.
Just go for it, get yourself a bike and hit the trails. There's also a lot of groups online and clubs run different trail rides for sometimes women only or just weekly rides socially. I think that's a really great spot because everyone's supportive and it's nothing too hard and it's just a great way to get out there and get a feel for it.
Just do your thing, don't worry what anyone else says.
My advice for girls and women wanting to get into riding is to just, well, one, get out and do it. It's the starting point, but it is about finding people to ride with, because sometimes that can be the best motivation and the best way to learn, because it can be really daunting to try and start out by yourself.